Are these explodable? Damn. Yeah, up close and personal is not the way to go. He doesn't have any ways to get the enemies up off him once they're close. I'm trying not to use up my flare, but the flare is probably the best way to go here. Yeah, that's pretty whack. That's really whack. In the light, you can't hurt them. My favorite.
Our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Derleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Derleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition, but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Derleth.
Well, I guess that's the least I... What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss. Oh, Mr. Derleth, you have well pleased Nixie Perga, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Derleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. Night Springs.
darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
That's very dramatic. This looks like a boss fight. Glad I saved those signal flares. Oh, I've seen this before. Kill the truck. Cool. Those flares would have came in handy. What dropped here? Looked like something was shiny. Yeah, just imagine if we didn't have those flares, how that would have went. That would have went terribly. I am at the point in the game where I do not want to leave the beaten path. Not anymore. Like, I'm curious as to go over there. Very curious, but I'm also terrified. Because we definitely do this. Or we can't because there's an invisible wall here. That's kind of perfect, that being where that is. That kind of perfectly tempted me to go up there. What's this? More batteries. I am loaded on batteries. We can't do much with the batteries. Even with the heavy duty flashlight. It's not often when all the enemies are like surrounding us. I mean, when all the enemies are coming at us from one angle, they're usually surrounding us.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now.
And Alan,
Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Did you run out of gas, buddy?
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Hey, I'm kind of curious about this stuff, but at the same time, I really just want to push the story forward. I'm gonna get this truck stuck, aren't I? I'm definitely gonna get this truck stuck. Or is this another car you can take? It is. Wow.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Unfortunately for live, sorry. Unfortunately for live broadcast purposes, we can't listen to the music. Just the world we live in. Yeah, I really don't like that about YouTube, where, you know, somebody uses just a little bit of music, just like 5 seconds, you know, or whatever, however much music you use, you know, and that's grounds to claim an entire video and to put ads on it. That's happened to me so many times. Just like, you know, I've been playing a game and it had a musical section and somebody just wholesale claimed the whole video like crazy. That's such a bad precedent. But it's been like that for years now. Now, I think I've been here before. This looks very familiar. But then again, this is like a new area.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever, and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Right.
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then, there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say It's shaking a few things loose.
That's real talk, man. That's real talk. I wish, I guess it's written, so I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say I wish, that more shows these days could be this wholesome. But this is a fictional, account. This isn't real. Yeah, talk about love these days is so depressing. Well, I should say talk about relationships. Love too. Love is kind of viewed very cynically. People don't see it as cynical, but there's a lot of cynical talk when it comes to the LOVE. And I would say I'm also cynical about love, but only in the way that it's been presented. In all sorts of popular media, and you know, wherever love's kind of been shown, it's been shown with this like sweet cookie cutter way. But love is like a series of it's a lot more complicated than people think it is, I would say, than people give it credit for.
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw.
Wow.
Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
Mott. Who is Mott? Is Mott the kidnapper? But yeah, love these days is like, our talk on it is so cynical because it's presented as a tit for tat sort of thing. Is it actually getting darker, or is... I'm wondering, is time proceeding based on my actions, or is time proceeding based on like a how much progress you make in this place? Like, I'm wondering, is it actually ticking down, or is it progressing when we hit different checkpoints? Guessing it's the checkpoints.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
There we go. Hopefully there's not a lot of these out there in the open world. I'm gonna call it an open world. There's our checkpoint. I think it just got darker as we were reading that.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
Plot thickens.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me.
Alan
I
got
was
some
running on blind hope.
real bad anger issues.
It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Well, in this case, I'd be mad too.
Wake!
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? The
Wow.
big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked
You
around by
want
you.
to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him! I had to get to Mirror Peak.
I know. Can we get out of this place?
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Yes, that's what I want to do. I'd like to leave this building. Oh. Batteries are full. We got 13 flares. Shotgun ammo. Oh. Oh, is it objects again? I hit this thing. Oh, they be getting some combos off. Weird. Jeez. Get destroyed by everything. Wrecked by inanimate objects. Take my time and regenerate. Onion, guys. What is it? Okay, from this angle. Wish we could take some of these objects out in advance. The objects are definitely the most dangerous enemies.
What the hell?
Got a fucking tree. Should be careful. I haven't gotten a checkpoint yet. This looks like a combat zone. Let me see what's all down here. We got gas tanks, which is good. Plenty of gas tanks. Do we have... Well, I'm down here now.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
So I should turn the power off. The power being down there. Okay. They give us a car. Might as well use it. Okay, since it's nighttime, the battery matters. I forgot how to narrow the lights. Okay, circle is to get in and out. How to narrow the beams again? Oh, let's see. We go to controls. Drive, trigger effects, modern, boost headlights is X. Okay, that's all I need to know. On our way back, we're gonna have to fight a lot of shadow. Or how about now? I wonder, can they pull me out of the car? I wonder, can they pull me out of the car like Grand Theft Auto? It's like we won't be learning today. Okay. I know there's gonna be more when we come out. I'm wondering if the car has a health bar. Hey, flare gun, I love it. Turn off the power with that. Oh, we're gonna save that flare gun. Okay. It's dark as hell now. hell out of here, Alan. Oh, they do pull you out. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait, wait, wait. That thing out of here. Damn. Hold on. Oh, what's that trophy for? We're taking with a single player, okay. Cool, let's get the hell out of here. This car's done, though. So yeah, reload that gun, please. Really? Sure. Reload. Man, they're all like, surprise. Oh, this is a room full of inanimate objects. How about that? This thing could kill me. Oh, hit the... Dude, why didn't he hit the explosive? I shot directly at it. Hold on, I do want to see that, what that trophy is. 20, okay. Yeah, the thing is, this should have been shot. I don't know what the hell happened right there. There's no one in the dark. Yeah, I think there's some slight auto-targeting. Because, you know, I point my light at stuff to use... I use the light as my targeting reticle, but maybe that's just inaccurate too. But I think there's some light auto-targeting.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
Nice. That's what we need. We need a muse.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the dark presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
Which writer? Alan or Tom? Most likely Alan. Okay. Yeah, just introducing the fucking objects. Introducing the objects have really freaked me out, because now anything could kill you. You think you're safe, you don't see people around, and a freaking object comes flying out of nowhere. What did we just open this gate? Somebody's coming in here.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
Right. Fair point, Alan. Fair point. Can we drive this? No. Pool of darkness. I mean, this is... This look like fog, by the way. Okay. Just wanted to make sure to explore everything. Another pool of darkness. Guessing these are things that can hurt us. Maybe corrupt us. Hey guys. Tired of you. Jeez. Dude, if you don't reload this fucking gun, come on now. So was that just a wave of a shit ton of those guys, or what? Hopefully no bear traps.
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
Wow. What's funny is he keeps calling him different authors, like just messing with him. But to me, that is a little funny. I enjoy puns, and that's kind of a pun in a way. Okay, so I did manage to kill all of these guys that were coming after me. Kind of curious too, like if anything's up here. Wow. Never mind. This is why you don't explore. You get trapped on geography, I should say. Geographic geometry or geometric geography? I think I was trying to say geometric geography. Okay. Well, this is extra stuff. Bats. Looks like we don't have to fear bats. Ooh, almost died. Oh my god. Okay, let's load up. I'd rather load up first. Just no one in the dark. I usually don't fear these. It's like when you walk into them, you don't have anything to fear. When you're coming out, that's when you have shit to fear. Guys. See, who am I hitting now? Wake if you don't reload this my weapon. That was a big waste of ammo. Was this worth it? Sure was. Hell yeah, it was. Okay, because they're gonna load me up on everything else soon anyway, so we could definitely use more flare gun. Right up there, we're gonna get more shit, so I think good on us for making that decision. See? Over to the revolver, which definitely my least favorite weapon in the game. The revolver is more annoying to use than anything. I hope when we upgrade it to like
a plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Hell yeah. Upgrading shotgun. Oh, we're... Okay. Cool. Matter of fact, let's keep it moving. They're behind me. Yep. Damn. Thought there might be something else down here. This, you know what? Not gonna mess with it. I heard that music, I was like, nah. No thanks. Okay, we'll continue to use these flares, just fine.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
Are these guys teleporting? Do it. Switch. Anything of note in here? Okay, these are makeshift checkpoints. Alright, off we go.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Serious. What's attacking me and what's... poltergeist objects. we're supposed to go. I'm just kind of curious about this over here. Manuscript page. I will say I am glad they're upgrading our weapons. I really want them to upgrade that handgun though. That thing is...
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
True. But then again, things are changing on the fly anyway, so I don't know how good a plan would do you unless you were literally Batman and you had every contingency covered. Because things are changing so drastically. Battery, we already got battery. Good on batteries. There's something useful over there. What is this? Another battery. We're good on batteries. I think you'd only be struggling with batteries if you didn't pick up the heavy duty flashlight. Another thermos. I think I just saw a thermos. I saw one over here. $49236. 49236. Low limit capacity 88. Lightweight 47. 40 foot. Interesting. Any reason to go over there? Any reason to come over here? Only slightly curious. Do I gotta fight all this shit? One. Guess we gotta get closer. God, there's 3 bullets in that. No, there are more objects than that. Where's the other stuff? I'm running. See ya. I don't even know what to do with this stuff now. We still got that way down there. The behemoth. There's a one-hit kill waiting to happen. Got the battery. Let's just take that. Everything wants to kill me. This looks like a death trap. Man, these things got so much HP. Jeez, man, what the hell? That was a train engine? Goodness. Possessed objects have no freaking chill. That's the key. That's gonna be stuff we don't want to mess with, I think. We'll probably eventually go there anyway.
Anything outside of riding is a struggle.
Yes.
I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet.
Wait, shotgun or hunting rifle? Oh no. Damn, I like this shotgun.
Using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and
We got
demons
3
and
bullets
dark
though.
things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
Where the hell is this place at? It's not here. Okay, how much flare gun? We got 4. That's awesome.